Okay, let's talk about Throne of Glass while I put my makeup on today because goddamn, like I don't know why I wasn't better prepared for this. So I read Assassin's Blade first, which I've talked about before. I don't think that was the right choice. I liked it. I liked it fine, but it made me really not want to read the first book, the Throne of Glass book, because it ends so bleakly and so sad, and I was like just not wanting to do that. So first, I don't think that is a good choice. You shouldn't read Assassin's Blade first. You know, I get what she was doing with Assassin's Blade, which is setting up all these characters that you do have to know and you do have to kind of care about. I just feel like Selena just I had so much trouble hooking onto her. I just don't like her. She's really like reckless and kind of dumb and like I know she's young. I know she's like 18. So I can't really fault her for that, but just as like a heroine of a series, she's like really annoying. She is supposed to be this like really tough and intimidating warrior, but then in each book she's sort of just like more of like a rom-com girly that's actually like not that good of an assassin. So I'm just sort of confused about how we're supposed to feel about her. I think Assassin's Blade is supposed to set her up as somebody that has a lot of flaws, but in her heart is a good person. You know, she frees the slaves, she does all this stuff that shows that she means well, she saves the other assassins camp, summer camp, as Andrew on TikTok says. And she does, you know, she serves good. So I get that that was what we were doing, and we were supposed to know that like she has a heart and it's been broken. So fine. But I still didn't care, and it took me a really long time to read Throne of Glass. Then I finally did read Throne of Glass, and again, did I enjoy it? Yes. It was good. I did talk about it in another one of my videos. I liked it. It's like about the Assassin's 5K. I also sort of thought it was a rom-com, a melodramatic rom-com featuring this like angry woman who like is angry for a reason. I get it. But again, she's sort of dumb and flawed. And her relationship is with Dorian, who quickly emerged as being more interesting than Selena, in my opinion. And yet somehow like he was like super duper in love with her. I think he liked the idea of her. More than the actual person, although I could say that even more for Kale, but I'll come back to that. So yeah, I mean, that was very sweet. I enjoyed their little romance, very YA. The training sequences, the mystery, all of that. It made it fun. It was good. Yeah, whatever. But I still didn't care. I still didn't care. Okay, I was like, what is all this leading to? So then I got to Crown of Midnight. And now we're not on Dorian anymore. Now we're on Kale, which again was a little hard for me to latch onto because I already knew that she doesn't end up with Kale. So I was sort of dismissive of it, but it was sweet because he was so like not into this and he really like fought it, and so there was a little bit of like that enemies to lovers sort of. And like honestly, I could barely tell you what happened in Crown of Midnight. There was so much stuff did happen and so many characters were introduced, but I was really struggling with grasping onto the story, and I almost gave it up after Crown of Midnight because I was just like 3 books in and I don't really care about these characters yet. Like what the heck? But nevertheless, I persisted and I just finished Heir of Fire. Now, it took me a while to finish it because it's long. So Heir of Fire introduces 2 important characters to the series, Manon Blackbeak, who was definitely the most interesting component of Heir of Fire to me, and also Rowan, which I know from Book Talk is the man we're all supposed to love. He's incredibly violent. He's throwing her into the stones all the time. He's punching her in the face. I sort of knew that was coming, but it was still like, are you serious? He was so freaking hard on this tiny 18-year-old girl. I know that he knows that she's an assassin and that she's like half fae, but I thought his level of intensity and hatred towards her was a little unfounded. So I confess that like even at the halfway point of Heir of Fire, I was like writing to my bookie friends like, at what point does this series like get you in its clutches? Because I just wasn't there, and I was like, I don't get it. In true Sarah J. Maas fashion, we hit that last 100 pages, I don't know, because I was listening to the audiobook, and oh my God, I was lying in bed. It was late at night. I was like gonna only listen to a little bit more and then go to sleep, and of course those 100 pages hit, and I was like, oh my God, everything suddenly snapped into place. It was like, whoosh, and I was like gobsmacked. How did she do this? Like, suddenly all these characters made sense. All this backstory made sense. I was bawling. I was like totally in it. And oh my God, like I can't even make words. And it's like now midnight and I'm lying in bed I'm literally like, ah! First of all, why did I not see that coming? Because that happens with all of her books. And also, like, how does she do this? I I am blown away. Suddenly I care. Suddenly I would leave my home to go fight next to Aelin for Yue. Like, ah! Suddenly I'm shipping Rowan and Aelin. I'm still in love with Dorian. I mean, how can you not be? I was since the first book. But oh my god! Oh my god! And the moment when Chaol looks at him and he's like, I love you. Ah! Ah! Okay. 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 I need to calm down because the next book isn't even on Libby. So now I have to figure out how I'm going to listen to it. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I ever complained to you about not liking Throne of Glass, but if you're thinking about reading Throne of Glass, here are my suggestions. Don't start with Assassin's Blade. Read Throne of Glass and enjoy it and get to know Dorian and love him and enjoy the story. It's fun. There's a little mystery. It's fun. Read Crown of Midnight knowing that it's mostly a world building book, but enjoy Chaol. Just enjoy it. It is what it is. Read Heir of Fire. Get through it. Just know that it's coming, and just be prepared to be like, bowled over in that last 100 pages. All right, that's it. I'll see you next time.